hope it should work fine.
Honey, you're on spotlight.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm really sorry for this, but okay. Can we start again?
Yes, Sunny, go ahead.
So to the ones here today, those to the ones that we lost on the way, and please bring back all the memories. Yes, and the women in my age group or around those experiences will understand and agree with me that still we, the women, we hit our 30s plus and minus, we have a knack of picking the wrong guy. I mean, definitely not all of us, but for me at least. And we realize it after some goof ups at school, college, workplaces, or further ahead. And it happened to me as well. So while I was also recovering from my past karmas, my friends did what all friends are good at, pushed me into doing something silly, like always, so that we have funny stories to share later, maybe in a Toastmasters meeting. And that was believing their belief that Tinder still do some good. And even when I was not convinced, ta-da, I landed up having a profile there. Now, to me, this good was definitely not just dating, flirting, and hooking up, or whatever Tinder seems to offer. I was under an illusion that good guys still exist, and sometimes their friends also might push them into landing up at such places. You never know. So my saga began, and the Tinder talk. For an entire month, all I did was I kept exploring the tech options like a digital product person, wondering if there is any other option beside the left swipe and the right swipe. I meant like maybe shortlist some guys, save in cards, or just look back in history. At least something. I mean, I don't want to swipe left or right away. But I tell you, it all looked crazy. I thought, let's test their matchmaking process. And I got to know that only when I swipe right on someone, the match will happen. But hold, obviously, I'm not going to share my insights on how to, what to, and why Tinder. Neither I have any deep understanding, nor I have any expertise even after using it for a few months. But yes, some interesting and amusing things occurred to me as well. And the first match happened. A cute looking guy, looks little younger, but that's okay. Only one picture, and that's okay. Even that's also traveling in a Volvo bus like cluttered, that's also okay. But some nice simple lines in his profile. So I thought, let's try. So this guy, hold on. To maintain the anonymity of these guys, maybe he might be someone, brother, friend, or husband here. I'll call him OK. OK. So OK was a simple, talkative, but confused guy. To check if the thought bandwidth match for us, we did a play of rapid fire on questions. And I still told myself, honey, that's okay. Let's see how it goes. So we decided to catch up in Gurgaon near my office after our work. And surprisingly, I was well before time. And he was very late. I know Rupinder must be thinking now that you know how it feels, honey, to be late. But yeah, Rupinder, I do know now. After a very boring conversation with this guy about doing nothing on Sundays, Toastmaster seems funny to me. I'm already slim, I don't need to exercise. I had given up on him already in my head. And I was just waiting for him to finish his Maggie. Yes, Maggie. And when it did, he waited for me to pay the bill, proudly saying, oh, I completely respect strong, independent women, you know. I just looked at him and said, yeah, really. I wonder, yes, I wanted to be a strong, independent woman, but when so happened, let's not go there. That account was unmatched and there was no conversation thereafter. But one good thing that happened to me while I was exploring this platform was probably the only thing where I tried myself for multitasking is connecting on Tinder. And there was this another really fit looking guy, AB. Now his picture holding a wine glass, wearing a classic black overcoat and a decent smile. But probably the thing which made me do the right swipe was speaking in his list of interests. Now we, the crowd Toastmaster, shall find solace with the speakers only, right? And here it goes. We had some interesting conversations about speeches, speakers, voice modulation, body language, and all that. And he was good with his words, thoughts, grammar also. And fortunately, he was not a Toastmaster. So he was not keeping my tabs, or he was not keeping the tabs on my stretch timings, which my club members always hate for. Now, during the conversation, he committed to be the person who would travel far and wide to be with me on the World Championship of Public Speaking whenever I would be one of the finalists. Now, that seemed funny to me. And at the same time, I was wondering what would my friends think of that, thinking that promises are happening before the speech. But okay, we decided to meet after all those interesting conversations for almost 2 weeks. And as soon as I got into the car that night for the dinner, my eyes popped out. He was double the size than what his picture was. I mean, I did say fit looking guy, right? I totally understand. I don't have a very clear list in my head of what I really want in a guy, but still, fitness is the must. I mean, beyond all fads and fashion of a nice car, a nice watch, nicely dressed, but so fat. On over the conversation that night, I actually asked him, "You look much better in your picture. What happened thereafter?" To which he replied, "You know what? I worked hard for 9 months to get into that shape to have one picture at the London Big Ben." Really? Only the London Big Ben? And now this is your size? Yeah, I mean, I'll try to reduce it, but you know what? I just can't get up in the morning. Now, this is not that interesting or that boring a conversation, but I was somewhere in between. You can call it a split personality, being frank, but I was wondering that I also need to start my fitness regime. And from there on, that day, I start calling myself fitness enthusiast. And mind you, I get up at 5 a.m. and I work out every day for 1 hour minimum. And definitely, that chapter of AV also closed there. No unmatch. I didn't even bother to unmatch, and no conversation thereafter. Multitasking, remember? And then there was a third guy. Now, this I would call sad. Now, to me, even when I'm a Punjabi, and no offense to all the Punjabis out here, I don't want to marry a Punjabi guy. Now, this particular sad guy, a proper paratha loving Punjabi guy, was just so nice. And I gave in. I mean, probably he is the person whom in my entire Tinder stories connected with me for a longest period of time. And at one stage of time, at one point in time, I actually thought that this is going somewhere. Obviously, I didn't want to flirt and just hook up. It was a serious relationship that was expected. But you know what? As we say, when everything is coming your way, you are in the wrong lane. And yes, it was a wrong lane. To my every fitness regime, he'll say, "You don't want to become PT Usha or Mary Kom. Why do you need to practice fitness every day. I said, okay. Even when I'm going to my dentist, much before this happened, he would say, why don't you eat parathas and just eggs? I'm like, that's okay. I'm not a paratha loving guy. Even on my dentist chair, I'll get messages, all cheesy and flashy, but then some flaking plans. In these flaking plans, I never get to meet him actually. Over a period of 1.5 months of conversation, sitting, chatting, fighting over parathas, fitness, and whatnot, I actually never got to see him. And one day, because it was a wrong lane, he simply disappeared. Yeah, simply disappeared. He didn't take the call. He didn't reply to messages. He was just Mr. India and he disappeared. And I was surprised. Now, I honestly was a little pissed off with the thing called Tinder. It wasn't working for me actually. I bumped onto another YouTube video ad saying there is one sneaky dating tactic you must never use on a high quality man. If you want to him your boyfriend or husband, just don't do this. And that ad never got me to understand what exactly is the tactic. It kept on telling me, do you know what the tactic is? Do you know what the tactic is? So I actually attended their 1 hour training session to understand what the tactic is. And the tactic came out to be that for an ambitious girl like me, I need not follow up with boys and I need to understand the masculine psychology of how to attract great guys. So I made up my mind that I don't want good guys, I want great guys now. And I need to understand and I need to be a little slow and little patient. After those three tender stories, probably I had made up my mind that it's not gonna happen for me. These magic texting secrets or the tricks to chase a person, or probably the left and the right swipe and in between the likes and the super likes. There was something which was killing me. There was something which was more irritating. That's when I realized that, you know what, honey, you check out your own profile first. That night, I installed the Tinder again. Yes, I had uninstalled the Tinder after the sad guy case and I installed it again. I was under an impression that once you uninstall it, your profile is also gone. But no, my profile was still hanging there. And when I looked at my profile, I realized that it's not about saying something and doing something else. It was not about expecting something else and being someone else. Now, every time I was meeting some guy, I was actually wondering, what is it that I'm looking outside? Do I really have it inside? I mean, all the serious inside, nobody is interested in, but the Tinder story was getting fun. And there was one more guy that happened as soon as I was about to uninstall the app. So this time I had decided that I will just look at my profile very deeply, very carefully, and see what do I need to do internally to match the great guy. You remember the tactic I told you, all the girls out here? As soon as I was about to uninstall, there was this guy who just matched up and messaged, hey, would like to chat. I was like, actually not. I'm in no mood to continue with the Tinder story and I'm almost done. So now this guy, the JD, he was based out from Uttarakhand and he was in the town for some of his work. I met him and realized that he's a material worth of friend. And what he made me realize was the other side of the story as well. Because the curious girl in me wanted to understand what goes in the mind of the boys when they swipe right. And you know what? What he told me? He said, I have half an hour dedicated to Tinder every day. And what I did is, are you really doing it? He said, yes, I just do it. I just swipe right to all the girls. And sometimes some match happened. I did ask him how many matches you got. And he said, you know what, honey, I can proudly say I got 72 matches. 72 matches. Obviously, because the process is so random. That day I realized that Tinder is really not worth it. But one thing which I would actually keep on holding on to these funny Tinder stories in my life is swiping on my own profile. Now, definitely, when I say swiping on my own profile or swiping right on self, I realize what do I need to look for inside? Or what do I need to build in me to be a great girl for someone rather than finding a great guy out there? Because I know for sure that the great guy out there is also expecting a great girl here to which needs a building process. And so I started this process. I know I'm a bit late. I'm running late, and Mukesh would kill me if I don't end the speech on time. But the process continues. No more Tinder stories, but the work on myself is still on and would always be on. And to all the guys and girls out here who are still using Tinder, please carry on. I don't have any advice or recommendation to uninstall or delete your profile, but yes, before you look at any profile for a left or a right swipe, look at your profile deeply and understand, have you swiped your profile right? Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, honey. Let's give her a big round of applause. Please take a minute to write a feedback for the speaker. Timer, please let me know once minute is over. Thank you. Now let us come to our third section of the meeting, which is table topic section. Today's topic section will be conducted by Toastmaster Bhuvan. Toastmaster Bhuvan Ravan is a senior principal engineer working at fintech startup or VTech at Gurgaon. He is a graduate from BITS Goa and has 7 years of professional experience. He started his Toastmasters journey 10 months ago and called it a spiritual and liberating experience. Currently, he is working as VP Education at Professional Speakers. Please help me in joining Toastmaster Bhuvan Ravan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sandeep, for that introduction. I welcome all the members and distinguished guests to the exciting table topics section. In the today's context, there are three things hovering around. One is the perennial issue of Corona. Secondly, the club elections that we had today. And thirdly, the wonderful theme of the day, intonation. And that combination ensures that we have a good amount of topics, generous topics for the audience. I encourage all the speakers to use the word of the day, which is unequivocal. All right. So I would like to open the show for, if I can have the show of hands for the first table topic speaker. or I can pick the victim at random. Okay, sir, if I can invite you as the first table topic speaker to show us the way.
Sure.
Hi, sir. So, distinguished Toastmaster Mukesh Thakur,
Wait,
uh,
I need
my
this,
knowledge from
Bhavan, I need someone to take the role of timer because I am doing the role of timer.
you are doing the role of timer. All right.
I need
We have
someone to-
Shinjini Sen Gupta. We can ask her.
No, I am taking the table topic speaker slot. Just someone need to do the timer.
Sure, I can do that. Yeah.
Shinji, you are timing.
I'll time. Yeah, give me just 1
Perfect.
second. Give me just 1 second to open it. Yep. And how do I show red? Wait. This is green. This is red, and let me find an yellow somewhere.
Shinjini, you could just show 1, 2, 3 fingers, so that's also okay.
Right. I'll do that. 1 to 2 minutes. Yeah.
We can't hear you.
Sure. Distinguished Toastmaster Mukesh Thakur. So, in my experience, from what I know about you, you have a wide experience in leadership, and today's as well, you've been elected into a position. So, of the 7 positions, club positions, as well as the district position that you have served so far, which is your favorite one? Which is the one that you like the best, and why?
Thank you very much, table topics master Bhavan. This is the repeat question to me because the same question was being asked during the last district contest. So this is one wrong topic for me. So I will just repeat the answer that I have given in the interview of the contest. So I have served various roles in the district, starting from the coordinator of the club to the treasurer, and then the president of Toastmasters Club of Dwarka, then I was the division director, then DCP chair, then district finance manager, and here at professional court I have also served as the president twice and VP education. So if you ask me what is the breakthrough position for me, I would just say this was the first time when I became the president of Toastmasters Club of Dwarka. From there, I learned the ABC of leadership. But the 1 year that I had served in the Toastmasters of the Club of Dwarka was an eye opener for me. This was the first time I had come out of my comfort zone from my office and I just joined the public forum where I am exposed to the different kinds of professional. And it is a non-profit making organization. No one is getting paid. Still, people are so enthusiastic. It is very difficult. Some people are doing over things, and some people are not doing anything. Whatever you even tell 1 lakh rupees, and they want to do, and someone will put the entire time in Toastmasters. So there are so many learnings that I started learning from that experience, and then I learned in each of the positions that I had served during the 5 or 6 years of Toastmaster experience. And I think whatever role I had served, it had helped me to become a better person every day.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your experiences. And I must tell you, having the joy of being working with you, it has been a tremendous experience. The things that you bring onto the leadership table. Sanjini ma'am, if you could switch on the roles,
Yep.
please join in.
Yep.
So I have really bad news for you, ma'am. Bad
Can't take
news is
any-
that
already. Yeah, tell me.
So it's a hypothetical bad news. You've been diagnosed with coronavirus. You've been diagnosed with coronavirus, and there's only one bed that is vacant in the hospital, one ventilator, and the doctor is asking you to give a 1 to 2 minute speech to convince why you should be given the bed.
Right. I actually do not think I should be given the bed because I am hoping that at my age and with my kind of comorbidity, which isn't very severe, we are all comorbid, I would not require the bed, and there must be somebody who would need it more than me. In fact, there must be some doctor out there who, if that person is saved, that person can perpetuate giving life and go ahead and save many more lives. So I think I would definitely use my 1 to 2 minutes to make a speech. But before that, I would try to find out somebody who really deserves that bed and who can serve the world much better than I ever can. We can only, this is the time when other people survive, I will do. So if there is another doctor, another nurse, another somebody who survives, they can eventually treat me. You just don't get corona once. You get corona so many times, and then you don't know what is right, don't know what is wrong. This is not short term. So I don't think it will be right to just think about myself and to think what is right now good for me. What will be good for everyone will be eventually good for me in the long term. So I would like to save some doctors and nurses and somebody else. I cannot see a timer card, so I'm not sure if I'm going beyond time. However, yeah, that's what I had to say. Thank you.
Wow. I think the world needs more people like you. What a genuine, selfless answer. All right. So I'm looking for my next.
Just 1 second.
Sure.
I think the timer card needs to be made a co-host so that she can share the presentation. May I request Rupinder Singh to kindly make the timer the co-host?
Bhavan, may I?
Who is the co-host? I mean, who's the timer?
It is Anu.
Okay, I'm gonna make.
Bhavan?
Yeah.
Bhavan, hello, can you hear me?
Sir.
Yes, Mukesh, sir.
Yeah, actually, Anu is not able to share the target, share the screen. Hence,
Yes, that's because she's not the co-host. The updated Zoom only restricts the co-host to share the content.
Not exactly what we'll discuss that later. I've made Mukesh and Anu both co-hosts.
Perfect. Mukesh sir, if you can try it out, if you can share your screen.
Actually, I am trying with the changing of virtual background. So if Anu is doing that, I'm not doing. Anu? I think Anu is not there. So I am playing the role of the timer, and all the speakers are need to see my video because I am changing the virtual background as per the title.
So that won't be possible because spinning video is not an option anymore. So you might have to share the screen of timer cards.
Okay, so I will wait some time because I don't have the presentation.
Let's do 1, 2, 3, Mukesh. Let's just move on. I mean, we can call out green, yellow, red. I think that's a better option.
Or wait, I can create the presentation quickly.
If I may interrupt, Mr. Table Topics Master, could you request everybody to just switch to gallery view so that they're able to see everybody? And in that manner, you'll be able to see everybody in one frame. So you'll be able to see the timer cards as well if Mukesh is showing the virtual background. Bhuvan, I can't hear you. You are on mute.
Okay. So as per Devira's direction, we can all switch to gallery view, in which we can see the speaker as well as the timer cards as well.
The timer cards only need to be seen by the speaker. Everybody doesn't need to even change the to the gallery.
We've spent enough time discussing this. Let's just get on with it.
Perfect. So can we have the next volunteer, please? Raise of hands. If I could...
we have Archita. Let's call Archita.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Absolutely.
Welcome to Professional Speakers, Archita.
Thank you so much.
And I have an interesting topic for you. The scientists made a discovery, Ayurvedic scientists. They found out this plant.
Okay.
And they claim that it heals coronavirus. And
okay.
Your objective is to convince us in 1 to 2 minutes to buy this plant. Why, where, and how? Over to you.
Fear has never felt more real. Staying at home has never been so upsetting. All the time that we needed to connect with people around us, to be a part of our families and to spend time with them is now long done. You need to step out. And are you sure that you will be able to do this all by yourself? If not, trust me, I have the perfect partner. I have your soulmate already with me. Good evening, everyone present here. So I have been told that I have, the scientists that have been working so hard and they have been toiling over months have finally come up with a solution. And trust me, where I can vouch and tell you in all honesty that they are ready with it. They are there for you. So in all of their efforts are exactly a proof of why. Their efforts are a proof of why you should buy this particular vaccine and this particular cure. Put a hand to your heart and tell me if you don't want to step out. Put a hand to your heart and tell me if you don't want to see your friends again. Put a hand to your heart and tell me if you don't really miss your relatives. Put a hand to your heart and tell me if you don't miss the landscapes. Put a hand to your heart and tell me if you don't miss going out and breathing fresh air. If your answer is a yes, you need to buy this right now. I know some people are going to wonder what the prices are going to be. Will we be able to afford it? But I'm not trying to sell a product. I'm not trying to sell you a commodity. I am trying to share with you an existence, a means of survival, a companion for life. And there is no amount that can be said too high for this particular companion. So the next time that you want to step out, before you step out, pick up your phone and give me one call. And I will make sure that your safety companion is at your doorstep. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that answer, Archita. I'm sorry I was on mute. If I could request the time, how much time do we have? Can we squeeze in another topic?
Bhuvan, we have 2 minutes left.
We have 2 minutes. So quickly, can I have Bhanu?
We have
okay,
Devina.
Can you hear me?
We have Devina here.
I can hear.
Bhanu, sorry.
Bhanu. So the topic for you is A McDonald's burger a day keeps the doctor away. Banu, over.
I'm loving it. This McDonald's burger. Wow, what a taste. It's so delicious. I can't stay away from this. I eat a burger in my breakfast. I eat in lunch. And I can eat in dinner as well. I simply love it. Now, since I'm eating so many burgers, it is showing on my body. I am getting all it deposited here in my tummy. The burger keeps my cholesterol high and it keeps me fat and making me a couch potato. So now you will be wondering that I need to visit doctor a lot. No, I don't visit doctor because even though I eat burgers, I am not feeling the side effects. I am just working out, trying to digest all those calories and not having those side effects. So eating a burger every day would keep a doctor away. Over to you. Good.
Thank you so much, Banu. With that, to the end of table topics section, I would like to thank all the volunteers, and I'd like to personally apologize for the technical glitch we had in between. But thanks to the energy and the spirit of all the speakers who've made it a success. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Bhuvan. Please give him a big round of applause. Coming back to the theme, I hope all of you have heard the speech of World Champion Public Speaking 2014, Dhananjay. I would just recite one statement, speech statement, which actually shows the impact of intonation. Combining all your mothers is my mother. Remember? That impact of all, which he stressed, that actually makes an impact. That is actually intonation. This is one of the best example which Dhananjay showed, and I can relate it to the intonation. And there are various examples as well. In today's speech by Shupriya, when she said love, and even when someone pronounces your name, you can easily figure out what is the behavior, what is the actually state of mind. For example, Mukesh. Same name, but actually Mukesh Thakur can figure it out what is actually the state of mind of the person in front of him. Am I right, Mukesh sir? Let's begin with interesting and more impactful section of any professional meeting, which is Power Talk. Today, Power Talk will be delivered by DTM Archita Tiwari. She has been associated with Toastmaster for 4.5 years. She is soft skills trainer by profession and trains people in communication and soft skill development. She has served area director, associate district public relation manager in the past, and also had winner in division ISC contest. Timer, please note the time limit is 8 to 10 minutes. Please help me in joining distinguished Toastmaster Archita Tiwari. Right networking with new prospects. Right networking with new prospects. Distinguished Toastmaster Achita Tiwari.
Thank you so much. Am I visible and audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. So, I have been asked to talk about or share with you certain experiences of the right way to network with new prospects. Now, before I go ahead, I just want to check a few things. So, can I please request all of you to help me with a few things? That is, first of all, I want to check how many of you can, participate in certain questions. So we're going to have a quick yes, no reply on the chat, right? And I just want you to type yes, Y for yes and N for no. Have you had an awkward first conversation? What's your answers? Question, have you had an awkward first conversation? Devina says no. Bhanu says yes. Hani says yes. I'll wait for 2 more seconds. Let's quickly type. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 responses. How many of us are here? Quite a few of us here, 19 of us. So if you exclude me, 18 responses. But okay. So quite a few of us have said yes, right? And the answer or the reason why I'm asking you this question is that is exactly where my talk begins. That is exactly where I start telling you about why it shouldn't be awkward or how you can ensure that you don't make it awkward. Let's start with the basic first thing. Number one, the first thing that you have to understand is people always say it, but I propagate it or I always make sure that I tell people what's in the name. When you meet someone whom you are meeting for the first time, be it in a professional capacity or at a party, at a friend's gathering, please make sure that you have to remember their names. The moment you get someone's name wrong too many times, I'm not saying once, I think we all forgive someone who takes our name wrong once, but let's say you're meeting someone for the fourth or the fifth time and you still don't remember their name. In that scenario, it's going to be a challenging task for you. So please make sure that you remember their names, especially if you're meeting them for the fourth or the fifth time, especially if you look forward to interacting with them. Also, let's say you're meeting someone at a very professional gathering, and in that gathering itself, you want to, by the end of the meeting, have a connect with them such that if you go forward and connect with them on Facebook or LinkedIn, they accept it. In order to do so, make sure that you address them by their name 2-3 times such that you don't forget. So you have to honestly be sure of the fact. Sorry, there was a little bit of network issue. I unfortunately unmuted myself. Next, let's go forward with, so first tip number one, please remember their names. Tip number two, what is the next thing about a new prospect? So I've come up with a couple of do's and a couple of don'ts that I usually would like to follow, or things that have helped me connect with so many people. So now I'll tell you a little bit of background before you should believe me. I always think that I should have enough credibility for someone to believe me. I'm a trainer by profession and I interact with a lot of people in my everyday scenario. There are times when I'm taking a batch that is about 200, 250 plus people. So in that entire batch, of course, at the first go, I don't remember all their names. I don't connect with everybody. But even months after my workshop, I come and I get informed by people that they've liked it, they've had a good time. So what are the few things that I remember to do or to interact or talk with them in those sessions? Also, when I meet people one-on-one, I've received the feedback that it's good to connect with you. That statement that you get, it's good to connect with you. That statement, I think, is what we are all looking for. So what are a couple of do's and don'ts that have helped me personally into going forward connecting with people? Number one, show genuine and honest interest in them. Do not be in the moment for the sake of being in the moment. Take genuine interest in them and genuinely try to ask them questions you would like to be asked. It's as simple as that. I don't have any high funda tips for you that sound very complicated. I have tips that we can use in everyday life. So number one, show genuine interest with them. Number 2, that is a don't. So we've covered one do, that is show genuine interest. Don't ask awkward questions. And this is where I'll request our tech master to please help us with the poll. I have 2 questions for you in the poll, and you just have to answer yes or no. Can we please launch the poll? Okay. No, I did not.
Wrong poll.
Yes, I thought so.
Yeah.
Do we have the new poll? Yeah, it will come. So remember the context of the conversation. It says don't ask awkward questions, and we will have the poll. And I need all of you to be honest because I can't check your names in the answer. So just be honest about it. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, we've got it. I've got 2 questions for you. Please answer just yes or no. Let's check 15 seconds more for answering. Thank you so much, everyone. I would request the tech master to please take the poll off and show us the results. Wow. So a whooping 76.9% people have said that no, they wouldn't share their salary with a stranger. And 69.2% people have said that they're okay with sharing their weight with a stranger. Wow. This is a really motivated, optimistic set of people, because whenever I've asked this question, otherwise people are apprehensive about both. So at least we know we are apprehensive about our salary. So we've covered one aspect where we don't want to share that with a stranger. Please do not do that. Even if you are in the same stream. Even I met so many people at different parties. There was this one particular trainer who at the very first meeting said, so how much do you charge for one session? And believe me, it sounded horrible. Not to forget, it also had other meanings, but I'm not getting into any other meaning. But trust me, it sounded purely horrible. How much would you charge for a session? Because you cannot really determine the charge of a training session just like that. You have to take into consideration number of participants, the topic, how am I going to deliver the session? Will I have any booklets or pamphlets or notes to give? And that is how you determine an overall cost of the session, and then you give a quotation. So those kind of questions have to be really avoided. I also feel that a person's relationship status is another question that I think everyone should ideally avoid, which is a very common thing that people ask these days. Like, are you single? Are you married? Are you divorced? I really think that is none of our concern, especially in the first meeting. Once you get to know that person, maybe you can ask them. So that's the first don't. Let's come back to another do. What is the next do that you should be doing? Decide the reason or the prime objective of why you would want to interact with this person in future. That's right. When you're meeting someone for the first or second time, you must be clear in your head, why would I want to meet this person again? Is this person someone I want to be friends with? Or is this person someone I want to network with so that he or she can help me in a professional capacity later on? So deciding the reason is very, very important, because your future talks have to be accustomed, or your future talks have to be programmed as per the current reason. If you're going to go ahead with a very professional relationship where you're looking for professional favors or professional help, then the talks have to be more on a professional level. But if you're looking forward to making a friend, you think this person is really cool, really she is someone with a fun vibe, and you think you can totally pull off a drink session with that person, in that scenario, the conversations will be more casual. They will be more personal. So decide the reason why you would want to interact with this person in future. Another important don't that I have for you. This don't talks about something that all of us tend to forget when we are meeting someone new: criticism. Friends, believe it or not, criticism hits the hardest when it is told to you by someone who doesn't even know you. Because a lot of times, unfortunately, we tend to get criticized, or we criticize people based on situations. We just see one person yelling on the other, and we go ahead and make our decisions and criticize that person openly. So in that scenario, please make sure that if you meet someone new, before taking a call or before criticizing them or before calling them out, you find out who they are as people and whether that reaction is situational or a habit of that person. I'll give you a very personal example. I was at this particular friend's birthday, right? And we were just interacting with, my friends, mutual friends who I hadn't met before. So we were talking, and in the course of the conversation, I immediately took a selfie because I'm a little social media freakish kind of a person. So I took a selfie and I immediately posted it on Snapchat and Instagram. And the other intellectual, geeky, professional chartered accountant in front of me was like, "Oh my God, that is such a millennial thing to do. I can't believe, someone your age is obsessed with selfies." And trust me, before that, I really think I was having a good time with that person. That one line of criticism completely ruined it for me. I am by nature a person who likes social media, who likes sharing my life on social media. Doesn't mean I'm available. It doesn't have to mean I'm immature. It doesn't have to mean I would be doing stupid things. It only goes to show that, okay, I like my profile and I like putting and sharing moments that I spend with my friends on my profile. So a very silly criticism can actually spoil a new prospective relationship or a new prospective friendship. So make sure that you don't criticize the very first time you meet before knowing that person. Because today all my friends are okay with all my social media posts. So clearly I must be doing something right, or I must be a more genuine person than my social media accounts. Now let's come back to another do. Another important do for me is always make sure that you are being honest. I know it sounds unlikely for anybody to give you that advice, especially today. But trust me when I say it, dishonesty and fakeness shows on your face. Even when you're meeting someone new, if they ask you for an opinion, even if it's hard to give, be brutally honest about it. And that's where, communication comes into play. Choose the kind of words that would not hurt the other person, but at the same time, don't be fake and don't be dishonest. If that person meets you for the first time and asks you a question, something like, do you like to drink pina colada? And trust me, when someone asked me for the first time, do I like to drink pina colada? I had no idea what it was. I was the kind of person who would call, and because I didn't go to a lot of cafes or I didn't have a lot of party exposure, I'm the kind of person who would call virgin mojito, virgin mojito, because that's how it's spelled. So the very first time that someone asks you, be honest. And I was honest. I said, I'm sorry, what does that mean? I have no clue. I could have shown a lot of style and said, no, I like pina colada, please. It's my everyday jam. And then when I actually get it in my hand and I take the first sip of that pina colada and it tastes horrible, it will show on my face. Because none of us are that great an actor that you can drink something and then, even if you're hating it, you'll be like, wow, this tastes amazing. So please be honest. Do not be fake, even in first conversations. Now, let's talk about my final don't for you. My final don't for all of you is just make sure that you do not be over friendly. I know, sounds like a very simple tip, but it's very hard to maintain. For a lot of people, that comes across as flirting, and I say girls and guys included equally. I'm not going to say that only men are labeled to be flirts. No, women equally. So if you're being over friendly with a particular person, you can be labeled a flirt. You can be, accepted as someone who's trying to show too much interest in them because they have any other objective. So there is a very fine line between being friendly and between being over friendly. Please make sure you're not being over friendly. If someone shares that they have a headache, it's natural for you to tell them, take care, sleep, or have a medicine. But it is very unnatural for you to tell them, oh, wish I was there and I could make you a cup of tea, because that is over friendliness. So make sure that, especially in the beginning of your first conversations, you are only friendly and never over friendly, because it can be taken wrong. Those are my simple tips of being friends with a new prospect or finding someone new. And if there's anything that you guys would like to share with me on these lines, or you feel that this is where I differ with you, I'd love to know your point of view. And I hope that all of us keep meeting new people in life, getting to make new friendships, new relationships, because I think that's what keeps all of us moving. This quarantine has made us realize that our bonds, our friendships, our relationships are over and above everything else. Have a great, great day, and keep rocking, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Archita. Let us have a bigger applause for Archita. Quickly, I summarize the theme. We all know that voice, including tone and pitch, holds 38% part in elements of communication. And it is not only about tone and pitch, it is about intonation also, for which I have already given the examples. Intonation provides a melodic pattern by use of pitch and tone in the right direction. Also, it gives equivocal impact beyond just basic meaning of words. It can express the speaker's feelings about something, and it can be achieved either by rising pattern, falling pattern, or by achieving both. And there are many exercises which you can find out on YouTube. If regular exercises within month, you can able to achieve any pattern during your communication. With that note, let us begin with evaluation section, for which I would like to call Toastmaster Roli. Toastmaster Roli is a technical writer by profession, a language fanatic by passion. She loves technology and getting into technicalities. She aspires to be a scintillating speaker one day. Presently, she is serving as Area E4 Director. Please help me in joining Toastmaster Roli Sinha.
Thank you so much, Mr. Toastmaster of the day. Thank you. Just a one correction before we go ahead. I'm serving as Area E3 Director, and before that, I'm a member of the Professional Speakers Club. So, but thank you for getting the part of me getting into technicalities right. I think I've just demonstrated that. So, welcome everyone. Good evening. I'm sure that you're looking forward to this session because you're all Toastmasters and we all understand the value of this session. This is the one session which helps us move forward and not decline in our performance. We must heed the improvement suggestions that come along during this session so that we can be better speakers, communicators, and leaders one day. In professional speakers, we invite our professional speaker of the day and our prepared speakers to the stage, to the virtual stage, and encourage them to receive feedback themselves from all the guests and members present. So as I invite each one of the speakers that took our stage today, please ensure that you provide them feedback when you're called to do so, keep it brief so that everyone can get a chance and the speaker gets a chance to hear from everyone. And to the speakers, I encourage you to make sure that you call out to the persons you would like to seek feedback from. So with that, let's welcome our professional speaker of the day today, Toastmaster Hani Khanduja.
Thank you, Roli. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So I would like to seek feedback on the professional speech that I delivered towards the like after the prepared speeches. Okay, so let's start with Sinjini. Sinjini, if you are here, would you like to share your feedback? I think she's not here.
Hi. Hey.
Yes, she's here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sinjini.
Yeah. So on your speech, right? Hello.
Yes,
Yes.
Shinjini. Yes, Shinjini.
Right. Yeah. So, honey, I totally loved your speech. I mean, who comes up on a group like this and says that I am on Tinder and this is my experience? I loved your honesty, the vulnerability, the way you owned up to your life experiences, your beliefs. I really admired that. I feel in terms of, as I had learned from Punita Singh in a few sessions, the ethos, logos, pathos thing, I felt that in terms of improvement, there could have been a little more emphasis on emotions and pauses, and some places where you could ask, some open questions. How many of you have struggled with relationships? And give a very long, uncomfortable pause and hold us right there, at the end of your question. So yeah, I mean, there were such improvement areas because this is a very complex and very deep topic. But having said that, I'm sure the content is such that if you just brush up the presentation, or if you just hone this art of wearing your heart on your sleeves and being able to talk about it without inhibition, the delivery would not really stop you from winning hearts. So all the very best, honey.
Thank you, Sinjini. Thank you so much. May I request Devina to share her feedback if she was there in my speech then?
I'm here, honey. Thank you for the opportunity to share my feedback. I don't have a lot to offer today because most of the things that I want to say, I know you already know. So I'll just leave it at this, that there were a lot of opportunities where you could have really used your vocal range, but I thought that was missing. And even without any other correction, if you had just utilized your entire vocal range that you already have and have demonstrated previously, this would have been a wonderful speech.
Okay. Thank you, Devina. Thank you so much. Can we request Roli to share her feedback?
Sure.
Roli?
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, honey. It took me a little while to unmute. So, honey, I felt that you shared a lot of experiences, and it's not easy to share these experiences online with people, especially when the videos are not on. So, thank you for sharing that. I think a bit of vocal variety, because I could sense a pattern, would have helped us stay connected with the entire speech. Also, you never once smiled, so I felt that that was something that you could have used to your advantage, because you actually had a frowning expression throughout the speech. So I think if you had a bit of a smile, that would have reflected the amusement that you might have been feeling with each of the prospective dates that you had gone on. Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, Roli. May I request Bhanu Dravid to share his feedback? Bhanu, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I was on mute. Okay. Yeah, so honey, I liked your confessional speech about your stories, Tinder stories, the way your encounters with your prospective matches, their characteristics. So you described in a lot of detail about the strange things you find. So whenever we meet a person, we have some good characteristics and some not so good characteristics. So you explained that very well, and it kept me engaged during your entire speech. You delivered it in a very storytelling manner, so it was very interesting. Where I would have liked to see you more improving was, I think there was an excellent opportunity to include humor and drama. So if you could have worked on that and made those encounter some dramatic, that okay, I met this guy who was looking different in photo, but when I saw him, he was totally different. And then take a long pause, and then you could have told about his characteristics. So it would have made more impact. Overall, I like the way you spoke, and the overall story, and then the message that Tinder, you swipe yourself. All the best, honey.
Thank you, Bhanu. Thank you so much. So I can see my time is up, but I would request everyone, Mukesh, Sandeep, Raj sir, Bhuvan, Shipriya, and everyone out here to please share your feedback on chat. And I return back the virtual stage to Roli, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honey. So moving on to our first prepared speaker of the day, Toastmaster Anshupriya. Toastmaster Anshupriya, please take the virtual stage and select the members and guests from whom you would like to get feedback.
Thank you, Roli. I would request all of you to please focus on recommendation. I would like to start with Devina first.
Hi, Anshupriya.
Hi.
So I have one commendation, one recommendation, and they're both kind of together, so I'll say them both. I discovered that you're trying to improve your vocal variety, and I could see that you've put in a lot of effort. In saying that, my recommendation is that I could see the effort. So I would like you to work on it and attempt to make it more natural, as you would have a conversation with anybody, like you asked for my feedback just now. Deliver your speech with the same vocal variety, so it would just seem more effortless, and that'll just be the icing on the cake. Your writing is beautiful, so just if you manage that, it'll be wonderful.
Okay, thank you, Devina. Rasa?
Ishpriya, I like the way you delivered the speech. It showed that the combination of emotion as well as the logic, which was the one thing which I liked the most. And I would like to say that at times I felt that you were smiling too much, and there could have been some control over it, and that could have given some kind of seriousness to the topic, because your topic is there true love anywhere? So we have to, it was a question, and the answer was supposed to be, somewhat logical, somewhat emotional both. So I would have liked that a little bit less smile on face would be more appropriate than you were showing today.
Okay, thank you. Rupinder? Rupinder?
Shukriya, I was trying out something new as a grammarian today, so I'll reserve my feedback there. Please ask someone else.
Okay, Roli?
Sure. So Anshupriya, the entire speech had a lot of thought-provoking questions. I feel that the use of Hindi would have been understood by most of us, but you can't always guarantee an audience of Indian Toastmasters, North Indian Toastmasters in particular. So please ensure that you have left time to yourself to translate that into English if required. As a practice, we do that anyways, but it's okay, we didn't have any non-Hindi speaking Toastmasters today. The stories and anecdotes in your speech would have lent the speech a little bit of engagement, and it wouldn't have seemed like a monologue, which it tended to at some times. So those would have helped in the entertaining part of it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mukesh?
Shukriya, my commendation and recommendation is already covered by Devi.
Okay, thank you. Sinjini? Sinjini?
Hey, I did not really take down my points for you. I'm so sorry. But overall, it was a very lovely. You were very presentable, and it was a very pleasant, presentable speech. But I really did not take notes, so I'm so sorry.
So, thank you, Sinjini. Shipriya?
Hi, Anshupriya, my only point of recommendation was covered by Broly. I would quickly share my commendation. I felt like you were trying to. There was a lot of conviction in your speech, so it appeared as if you really believed in terms of what you said. I could see that your expressions in your face also kind of supported your content of the speech. Adding to the commendation which Rodi shared, I felt that your structure could have been a little more effective, where it is not just about preaching, or it is not just about dramatics in terms of music or anything. Somewhere, if there was a personal story and if there is a structure put together which is much more enticing, and especially in a 15-minute speech, it can't always be preaching, because we all might have read about what Sadhguru had said or what others have said. What new content which you can bring on table is your own personal stories. So try to focus on that to keep the audience engaged for the longer period, such as 15 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Shipriya. With this, I can see the red card. Thank you, everyone, for your feedback. I would incorporate all of them in my next speech.
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much, Toastmaster and Anshupriya. So let's move on to our second prepared speaker of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Raj Mehta. Please welcome him with an applause.
Thank you, General Evaluator Roli. Before I take the feedback from you people, I would like to say that this was a speech given by the CEO of an organization and whose business is going to be impacted by this COVID-19. And he had to motivate the people to do some new things. So I would start with the feedback from Mukesh.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
My only feedback is about the vocal variety. I think you need to be more appearing more natural when you are giving the speech. So I think that you have come into some very serious Amitabh Bachchan type role. So I think you have to come out of that figure. Be natural. Your speech now should be as if you are talking right now with the people.
Devina?
Right, sir. I felt a little bit disconnected in the sense that I felt like you were accusing me of not knowing what the organization's values and objectives were. So ideally, how I would treat it is I would put a positive spin on it, even in such circumstances. I would say something like somewhere down the road, we and us terms, we seem to have forgotten our values and our objectives. So let's just take some time to take stock of the situation and just take a refresher in our values. And here's what I'm presenting to you. And then I would have presented the value a short value statement and then some examples of how it's displayed. So something like excellence, we never stop learning and improving. That's how we demonstrate excellence, and it's demonstrated in everything that we do, our products, the way we communicate. Something like make it a positive even in the negative, because that would just boost everybody's energy and morale and make them work better, in my opinion and limited experience.
Thank you. Sandeep.
So I have two recommendations. One is that you can ask the audience who actually were running the profession about the current scenario, not as a part of your organization, but as a general. So you can start taking the feedback on motivate or to getting the motivation. Second is I felt that somewhere in between you are looking up in the ceiling, so it gives the impression that you are forgetting something or maybe nervous. So try to focus on the camera during the speaking. Rest is covered. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sandeep. Shivpriya.
So my only request.
My only recommendation to you is that please, when you're giving such speeches, ensure that the eyesight is absolutely straight and it's not looking down, because as a CEO it comes across as if you are at the senior position, and somewhere it might give the condescending effect in terms of while you're addressing the audience. So I would request you to, in such speeches, when there is a special cause, I would request you to address your camera so that your body language and your eye contact can also resonate with your message.
Thank you. Anshupriya.
Rasa, Shivpriya just covered my points, but today I really liked, you were relaxed, and I think you were enjoying your speech, and eye contact was missing, but your hand movements were nice. But I wish if I could see, they were more visible.
Rupinder sir. Rupinder sir.
Raj sir, you'll have to move on to someone else.
Okay, Ani. Ani.
Yes, Raj sir.
Yeah.
I have missed the very beginning of your speech, but when I joined, what particularly I liked about your speech was you had a very confident posture and reiterating what Anshu said you were enjoying. So that was a very good part. One recommendation is already covered what Shivpriya mentioned. And the other one is that when you're having the eye contact, it's always good to connect with the camera and not just with the screen. So that would actually give an impact to connect with the audience. So that's from my side.
Thank you. Rolling. Okay, time is up. I would like to summarize that I'm a bit confused. Some people are saying that I was looking above the camera, and some people are saying I was looking down somewhere. So I'm not sure and how to adjust my camera and my position as per the level of the camera. But otherwise, I will, regarding the value addition in the speech and having some smile on the face and vocal variety, that I would be working. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Raj sir. We shall now move on to our auxiliary role players to seek their report on today's meeting. So the first role player that I would like to invite to the stage is our R counter, Toastmaster Shivpriya Gauri.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. I would quickly like to share my screen. I would like to stop, I would request Mukesh Thakur to kindly stop sharing the screen so that I can continue. Thank you, sir. So I would like to quickly share the screen so that I can show the heat map. So I also try to do a quick analysis in terms of how the members have done compared to the previous meeting. So I would start with the presiding officer, Mukesh Thakur. The total number of R's, ums, and filler words were 5, which was one higher than the last report, last meeting. So I would request him to kindly work on not getting jittered if something is not working. So I have noticed that whenever there's a change in terms of the screen or something is not working, he gets jittered, and that because of that, there's a lot of filler words which he tends to use. So I would request you to be a little more agile when he's speaking to the larger crowd. Coming to the second speaker, which is the Toastmaster of the day. So there were total 12 crunch words, or there were actually 12 elements of ums, etc., etc. So most of them were ahs and ums. So especially when he's trying to start with a new section of his speech or his introduction, I have noticed this particular filler which he tends to use. Coming to Toastmaster Anshupriya, though in the entire 15 minutes there were just 7 places where the fillers were used, still it is couple of fillers higher than the previous speech. Something went right in the previous speech, so I would like her to just reflect and maybe apply that in the future speeches. But overall, I found it to be extremely effective. Coming to Toastmaster Raj Mehta, he had 3 ahs and ums, and there were only 1 so or and. Toastmaster, professional speaker Hani Khanduja had close to 15 fillers, which was much higher. And her usual fillers are basically so, well, and really. We have the table topic master. The total number of fillers used were only 7. Mukesh Thakur, as a table topic speaker, had a better control over his speech, and he only used 1 or and 1 so. Shinjini had 1 or Archita had close to, as a table topic speaker, had 1 1 so, 1 well, that's it. Bhanu Dravid had 2 repetitions, especially when he was trying to start a sentence. He tends to repeat the entire phrase and not just the word. And there was 1, Archita, as a power talk speaker, had 16 fillers, which had the most of them were ahs and ums. And I noticed that whenever the polls were launched or whenever she asked a question which to which there was a response, she tends to leave there was a break in terms of the flow of the speech. I think that is something which she could work on. And Roli, as a general evaluator, had 3 ahs. My one point which I have noticed is that today a lot of speakers try to speak extremely slow to avoid ahs and ums. Having said that, that's a very shortcut method, because especially a slow speech in a virtual scenario could be very disengaging. I would request them to speak in their own regular space and yet try to manage their filler words to make it much more effective. Back to the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Madam R. Counter. Let's hear from our grammarian, who has been unequivocally quiet on the video mode today. Distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh, please take the stage.
Thank you. My turn to share the screen. All right, so let's get started. So these are the count of good usages. As you can see, quite a few names out there. Anshupriya Prasad leading the pack, followed by Shinjini, and then Bhanu and Hani came up almost equal, but a joint third. Overall, I think there were quite a few good usages, but because I was trying out this thing, so next time when I play the role of a grammarian, this will be a much more detailed report. You will see many more pies in this pie chart. Moving on the not so good usages. Now notice one thing, the better usage is around 50%. So better usage is not necessarily wrong English, but the thing is that a better word or a better phrase could have been used. And I'll go back to that in just a while. Let's look at the other translations. For example, tenses is something that we need to work on. The other minor ones were singular, plural, and pronunciation, the order of words. And then there was the use of foreign language. Now, if I delve deeper into, if I compare the good usages versus not so good usages, now you see that good usage accounts for almost 50%, and then better usage, as in if we could have used better, is almost 75% of the time we are getting our English right if you look at it. Again, the others are showing up, and so 25% of the time we are not doing right with by English language. Coming back, if I go into the details or the nitty gritties, so some of us had really good usage, like Anshupriya Prasad with intrinsic love, and Hani Khanduja wondering how I would be wondering Hani would be able to relate to being late. Shinjini, on the other hand, came up with a plethora of good words. I was able to catch a few of them: comorbidity, perpetuate. Shinjini, okay, this is not actually a good usage. She said, "Then I ever can." This should be actually used. This actually is not a good usage. This is a better usage. There can be a better usage. Yeah. Bhuvan Rawal used the word perennial on after a long time. I've heard it. Offer an olive branch to yourself, where we could have improved. The word of the day, by the way, was used 3 times. Where we could have improved was, for example, impact badly. We could have said impact poorly. So that is one example of better usage. Then the difference between shall and will. I think in the context it was will. It will not be. It would not be shall, since you were stating out. Since you were stating the policy. So in the case of a policy, it becomes a will. Under an illusion, I thought that under an impression would be better. How do you pronounce presiding? Anyone? Anyone? Could you just pronounce it?
Can you repeat? Can you repeat it?
Presiding officer.
Presiding, yes, and that is how it should be pronounced. It was not pronounced correctly. Somewhere there was some tense usage. He have 7 years of work experience. I felt that has would have been better. We did have some colloquial usage also, where I think one of us spoke about being pissed off. I think upset would have been a better word. Then, of course, there was the Hindi usage. Again, colloquial usage, funda, I would have gone with basics. But what was, again, very heartening to see was the fact that 75% of the time, we are very close to getting our English vernacular on the correct path. So, which is a good thing. Back to you, general evaluator. I don't know how much sense you made out of it.
Thank you, Mr. Grammarian. Now, can we listen to our timer? Distinguished Toastmaster Mukesh, would you be able to share the report?
Yes, can you hear me?
Thank you.
So I took the role of the timer in Prompto, so I noted and played the role since Distinguished Toastmaster Raj Mehta was giving his speech. So Distinguished Toastmaster Raj Mehta took 5 minutes and 53 seconds, and then introduction of Honey took 3 minutes 23 because of the technical glitch that I am not taking it as an excuse. It is included in the time of the introduction. Honey's talk was completed on time. The time allotted was 82 minutes, and she exactly completed it on 88 minutes. And the table topic small session, I took 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Sanjini took 1 minute 30 seconds. Chita 1 minute and 47 seconds. Bhanu 1 minute and 46 seconds. Introduction of Chita took 2 minutes and 25 seconds as compared to allotted time of 1 minute. And then Chita, as the part of a speaker, took 16 minutes and 5 seconds instead of allotted time of 10 minutes. Introduction of GE took 1 minute and 39 seconds. And the evaluation section, the introduction to the first speaker took 1 minute and 35 seconds. Evaluation of Honey took 5 minutes, 6 minutes. And evaluation of Anshupriya took 5 minutes and 16 seconds. And evaluation of Rajmita 5 minutes and 36 seconds. In the grammarian reports, the R counter took 3 minutes and 50 seconds instead of 3 minutes, and the grammarian took 4 minutes to 35 seconds. So overall, we are not on time. The grammarian's introduction should be at 6:05, and I was introduced at 6:15. So we are already running late by 10 minutes. So I think we have to work hard on timings.
Thank you so much, Mr. Timer. And would you now time me as well for my general evaluators report for the entire meeting? Our president started on with a very high note, and he made sure that we understand why we are here and what the theme is. I would love it if he would avoid saying that I don't know much about the theme, but I have somebody who knows about it and has prepared for it. I think I've heard it personally a few times now, and I would love to see a different opening. The Toastmaster of the day also did a very good job in coming up with a theme which is pertinent for all of us. He also made sure that all the required formalities for inviting the speakers, for inviting the role players were done correctly. I would suggest that he can bring in a little more flow to his theme by avoiding the phrase coming back to the theme. You can just simply go back to your theme without saying so. And it would have been very nice if we could have either watched some videos where we would have seen the examples that he was talking about, and if he could share the links of some of the videos that he must have come across during his research as beneficial for all of us to watch and learn from. The R counter provided us an excellent report. She shared the heat map and did a good job of explaining her report. So that would, I'm sure that that would have helped all of us to understand how we need to improve. I love the touch of saying that Anshupriya had done something right last time and she can reflect on what she did. So that kind of specific example always helps us and guides us better. The grammarian showed an innovative style of presenting the grammarian report. It shows his fervor for mathematics, which not all of us share, but I believe all of us admire. It was good to avoid the names while listing the examples of awkward usages, but the examples should be cited in such a manner that the person who needs to take corrective action can understand and can take the action as required. If it is simply we need to work on our tenses, it does not reflect as important to me, and I may not work on it, thinking that it is meant for everyone and therefore no one. The timer, the current timer took on the role and decided to share the screen. I believe that sharing the screen in this manner is something that all of us have gotten used to in the online meetings. It can help most of us understand, especially the table topic speakers who are typically guests, and it can help even the members zoom in on the timer just in case they are exceeding time or they're not very sure of whether they are on time or on track or not. Now I come to a few recommendations for all of us as a club. First of all, let's name ourselves with our roles so that we know who we need to look for if we are looking for a particular role player. Second, we need a better communication system. Especially being professional speakers, this is something that I would have taken for granted, that we would never show any kind of discussion in the meeting. These kind of things can be taken care of in the background even while the meeting is going on. In my opinion, we need to be alert. We need to be in the moment. We really need to be involved. Only then can we evolve as better communicators and leaders. As a rule, all of us need to improve on our vocal variety. And we need to be a lot more engaged and enthusiastic. We need to take more responsibility of our roles. Our responsibility should extend to the fact that in case we are not able to carry out the role completely, we have our own backup. We find the backup ourselves and we pass on the information required for the backup to continue with the role. I believe I am not wrong in expecting this out of professional speakers, and I'm sure that I will have many more delightful meetings ahead. With that, I would like to call back on stage our president, distinguished Toastmaster Mukesh Thakur. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam General Evaluator. Can we have a huge round of applause for Madam General Evaluator as well as the role players and the speakers of the entire meeting. Sorry. The members, it's now time to the closure of the meeting, and before the closure, this is the time for the feedback by the members and by the guests, and then we have to energize ourselves before closing of the meeting. First, it's the turn of the members. Members, do you have anything to say about the short-term goals that we shared at the beginning of the meeting? Do you have to offer any help, or do you have to ask for any help, or do you have any suggestion for any member? For example, I may have a suggestion for Vijendra Benderson as his actions, all the actions for completing the short-term goals have already been completed, and that's only the recognition awaiting from the Toastmasters International. So you can meanwhile start working for the next short-term goal.
I'll think of a short-term goal this week and I will share it with you.
Anything else? Any member or guest want to share anything? Okay, now it's time to hear from our guests. Can I hear from Bhanu Dravid? Bhanu, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Your feedback about the meeting.
Yeah, this was the first time I'm attending professional speakers meeting, and I really liked it. The speeches were great, and it was like I came to know that here we are delivering longer speeches, 12 to 15 minutes. So the speeches were excellent, and the session on the intonation was fabulous, as well as the power talk by Archita. It was very well required, so I really liked it. A few suggestions. Yeah, there was some glitch regarding the timing. So maybe you can take it up and fix it. And on the timing side, like I think the meeting time was 4 to 6, and we have already overshoot it by 30 minutes. So that we can take care of. That's it from my side, Mukesh. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Bharu. So our meeting time is up to 6:15. We are late by 15, 14, 15 minutes. Thank you very
And
much.
that's usually not how it happens. Usually we do finish on time. We will go back and analyze as to why this happened. Next meeting, this will.
Can I hear from Devina Chaturvedi? Can you put everyone on?
Thank you, Mukesh.
Devina? Yeah.
I just have one bit of feedback other than the fact that I enjoyed the meeting thoroughly. I feel that including the goals in the beginning has led to it somewhat being a little bit monotonous, because the goals are not really ingrained in the members, it seems. So there are a lot of hiccups while they're delivering their short-term goals and the progress. So if it could be made into a really streamlined process, something that seems like there's a video being played as opposed to people speaking. I'm not suggesting that you play the video, but I'm suggesting that it should be so well rehearsed that it seems like a video is being played. So it'll just be very quick, and that'll be the boost. That'll serve as the boost that you wanted to serve at the beginning of the meeting, as opposed to what it's doing now, which is just dulling the beginning. That's all from me.
Thank you very much. This is a great suggestion. Actually, we wanted to do the same that you have suggested, but we need to work on it. Thank you very much. Can I hear from Sinjini?
Hi. So yeah, lovely meeting. I think the quality of the speeches are truly, synonymous to the name of the club itself. Very good speeches. I think very mature speeches. It has been, I have been forever delayed to come attend. So I'm very glad I could attend this. Though all of us were very heartbroken, I'm sure, by the sudden bolt from the blue that happened just, ahead of the meeting. But I had committed to myself, though I did not tell somebody, that I wanted to come here. So I was half here, half there, but I wanted to be physically into the meeting. So I'm glad I could make it. I hope I will be able to attend few more meetings. And great luck. I mean, lovely team, lovely group, lovely speeches, very deep thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I hope I have not missed any guests, because I think guests have already left. Thank you. The meeting is over. It's going to end. So before closing the meeting, can I request everyone to unmute yourself now? It's time to have some energy before we adjourn the meeting. Now it's time to make some noise. So can I see everyone? Yeah, I think Banu, you are still on mute. Yes. So before closing the meeting, I just want to ask, do you remember how we started the meeting with the name of the celebrity? Was the celebrity was being mentioned?
Sorry, didn't get that.
How the meeting was started? I started the meeting with sharing my experience, and I quoted some celebrities. You are muted.
Amitabh Bachchan, Amitabh Bachchan.
Now, wrong answer. Amitabh Bachchan was in my evaluation section. Anyone?
We need to work on listening skills.
I need to work on the intonation more than the So I started with the experience of Lady Gaga, and I was listening in the radio, and there was commercial break, and she was talking that while she was making the album Chromatica, she was going through lots of pain. So I was telling that all the successful successful people also go through the pain that we all go through. And that's how they become successful, because they go through the pain, they imbibe the pain inside, still they rise above everything. And that's how they are successful. And we keep complaining and making excuses. But this is professional assistant. That's why we are here. We are here to rise above the normal human life. Just before the starting of the meeting, I heard sad news and breaking news, and that was just a positive case that I was going to mention. But I think you all kind of relate to it. The breaking news that has come just before you know. Anyway, if you go to the news, you will find it. So that news is just opposite to what I had shared in the opening statement. So that is our learning as a professional speaker. We have to be strong enough, and unless we are strong enough, we are going to be trapped in the happenings of the life. Life happens to everyone. There is pain everywhere. But we are the professional speaker. We have to rise from everything. And in the next meeting, we have to be more enthusiastic, more professional, and more powerful, because our next meeting starts
Now.
now. Thank you very much. Now there is an EC meeting just after the meeting, and we can take a break for some time for sales members.
One thing I have an announcement to make. Next week we have Deepak Justin from Bangalore. He is a two-time international speech contest finalist and a plethora of other things. I asked him for his profile, and I can safely say his profile was longer than Shinjali's. So do tune in and listen to him, because I have heard him speak, and he's one of the best speakers that I have come across. And I don't say that for many people.
I attended a meeting with him in Bangalore. Fantastic speaker.
Yeah.
So the meeting has officially adjourned, but if you want to stay in the meeting, I would like you to stay for some time for networking or for chit chat or anything you want.
So can we have this EC meeting at 7?
I have to attend one class from 6:45.
Okay, so what time will be the EC meeting?
Can we do the EC meeting from 9? Possible?
Okay, fine.
9 works for me. Let's ask Bhuvan, Rolly, Sandeep.
I'm okay with it. 9 would be working.
Rolly?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Ani, since you are also there, so Anu, I don't know where Anu is right now. Anu is not here.
Thank you, Sydney, for coming. Bye.
Bye bye. Really loved. I'll come back.
Bye.
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 Please keep coming.
Bye, people. Take care. Have an awesome meeting ahead.
I'm going to end meeting
Bye,
for all.
Yeah.
You can also join in case you want.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, all the members
Bye.
have joined.
Ending meeting for all.
Yeah, please do.